We are going to start Coffee Chat of Horrors. We're going to be discussing Big Trouble in Little China. If you haven't seen this film, it's been out since 1986, so there will be spoilers. There will be spoilers. Hi, creepies. I am ReAnimateHer. I know, it just sounds like a porno all of a sudden. Some zombies start stripping their clothes off and shit.
Cap dead. Details later.
We got our ball cleavage back, ladies.
They're coming to get you, Barbara. They're coming for you, Barbara.
Do you want a game and get your jollies off as well? This is Coffee Chat of Horrors. Do you like that? It sounds like some zombie strippers should be coming in here and shit, right? That ball cleavage, I remember saying that on Mixer because I finally got Lindor chocolate balls back in. And that's where that whole ball cleavage comes from. It is porno time. Who here has seen Big Trouble Little China? No, Mr. Chico. Big Trouble Little China was released in 1986. The budget for this film was between $20 and $25 million US. But it tanked. It tanked at the box office, like really bad. It only brought in the US box office was $11 million. And that is considered a tank since they paid anywhere between 20 and 25 million American. It's a great film. It's one of my favorites. Like I said, I watch this film at least once a month. Ed Boon, who did MK based on, yes, a little bit off of Mortal Kombat and a little bit off of some other lore and Chinese lore and myth. So not just Mortal Kombat. You had it on VHS. Nice. Hi, Jake. How are you? We're gonna go watch the trailer for Big Trouble Little China. For those of you that haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it, it's gonna be a little weird to listen to some of the information. So I do have trailers for you. Thank you to Reaper1923. I am going to right. What's in the bag, egg? I have some information on all of that stuff. So we're going to watch the trailer. How are you doing, iRock? How is your day going? And let's see. There we go. Tell me if it is too loud.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there. It's a pretty amazing planet we live on here, and a man would have to be some kind of fool to think we're all alone in this universe.
There is a hidden world where ancient evil weaves a modern mystery.
What's going on here? Is this some kind of
magic? The darkest magic.
They call it Little China.
Finally, we shall bring order out of chaos.
It's where Big Trouble was waiting for Jack Burton.
Who? Jack Burton. Me.
Jack?
Jack?
Jack!
They told him to go to hell.
You make one move.
And that's just where he's going.
Somebody, I don't care who, tell me what is going on.
How are you gonna spring us?
I have no idea. There are many mysteries, many unanswerable questions, even in a life as short as yours.
My destiny rests in your capable hands.
Hey, I'll do my best.
Oh God, is this really happening?
This is gonna take Cracker Jack timing, Wang. 1, 2, 3. We may be trapped.
Total concentration.
Safety. Yeah.
You ready, Jack?
I was born ready.
Way to go, Jack.
Jack Burton's coming to rescue your summer.
Hey, what more can a guy ask for?
20th Century Fox presents Kurt Russell in John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China.
It's all in the reflexes.
It's all in the reflexes. That is an awesome, awesome film. If you haven't seen it, you are truly missing out on a friggin' masterpiece of a movie. Hi, Yeti. I heard they are going to do a remake or a reboot. Okay, so back in the day, they were thinking about doing a sequel. And that was in 2015. And The Rock brought it to Carpenter. And then in 2018, they spoke about it again, but nothing has actually come from it. I hope not, because it doesn't need a remake. There is a sequel. And the sequel is done in the comic books. So there is a comic book that is written, and it leads off of the ending where Jack is driving down the road, and then you see the monster come out in the back. So there is more to it, but it's only in the comic book. Now, there hasn't been any shooting or a direct script written for a sequel, because I think that's where he was going to go with it, was a sequel. We were supposed to get a sequel, but we never did. And then The Rock came to Carpenter about it, and then that was in 2015, and then in 2018, it was spoken about again. That's the only part of the movie that bugs me, is left open. Well, they did leave it open. Carpenter did leave it open, and Mischief Maker, exactly, the little basket case on wheels. 12 demon bag. Yep. Do you see this sign right here? It says Big Trouble in Little China. Do you know what those words say right there? The Chinese characters in the title don't translate to the title. It translates to evil spirits make a big scene in little spiritual state. That is what those Chinese characters say right there. Like, that's crazy, because it's only a couple of characters, right? Anyways, like I said, the film was a failure. It was not a box office hit by any means. Test audience. Now, when they were created this film, when they were finished filming it, they had a test audience. And the test audience gave it a positive, like overwhelmingly positive feedback. So they honestly thought they had a big blockbuster hit on their hands. However, 20th Century Fox fucked up. And 20th Century Fox did very little promoting of this film. And so it ended up being a box office bomb. Promotion is everything when it comes to getting films out, especially in 1986. We didn't have the internet like we have today. We didn't have any of it publicly. So getting the word out was due to commercials and other trailers and other films. But 20th Century Fox dropped the ball on that one and did very, very little promoting. So people didn't realize what was at the box office. And it literally tanked. $11 million it brought in from the U.S. And that was having a budget of between $20 and $25 million, right? Not too good. The original film, did you know that this was actually written to be an 1890s Western? That it wasn't meant to be what it turned out to be. It was originally written as an 1890s Western. Gary Goldman and David D. Weinstein penned a script together about a cowboy in Chinatown in 1899. The Jack Burton in Goldman and Weinstein's version was an amazing gunman who could shoot the eyes out of a kite in the sky but couldn't hit anybody in an actual fight. That was the storyline of Big Trouble in Little China. Can you imagine if it kept it as a Western? I think it would have been kind of crappy. It would have been like a Blazing Saddles, I think. But here, they changed it as the story went on. They recreated it And John Carpenter had Kurt Russell in mind the entire time, but the studios said, I don't know if we want Jack. We want Kurt Russell as Jack. We're thinking maybe Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson was one of the people that were up for the main character here. You're talking about a West Asian type spaghetti. Yeah. So, Lord, this is what it would have been. If they would have kept the script the way it was, it would have been an 1890s Western. When the beast comes up between the frame rails of that Freightliner, right where the drive shaft would be. Yes. And that is the part where it leads off into the comic. So you see Jack Burton going down the highway. It's thundering, it's lightning, it's raining. And that beast comes up. That's where the comic book goes off of. The post-production of this was 4 months. So then that's according to John Carpenter himself in an interview that I was reading. Basically 4 months of post-production. And at the same time, Golden Child was hitting the box office, and they had Eddie Murphy. And back in the 1980s, Eddie Murphy, even now he is, but back then in the 80s, Eddie Murphy was like king shit. And when Carpenter heard about Golden Child coming out around the same time in a very similar theme, which they both have explored, Chinese legend and magic. So they were a little worried about going up against Golden Child because it had Eddie Murphy in it. Kurt Russell was still an up-and-comer. He wasn't a big name as Eddie Murphy was. And Golden Child was advertised and promoted more than Big Trouble Little China. Thank you, Blue Hazel. Thank you for the host. I hope you're doing good. If someone subs or cheers bits, I will make a beach ball go boom. All right. Sounds good, Mickey. Sounds good. Now, the truck that was driven by Kurt Russell, a.k.a. Jack, is called the Pork Chop Express, and it is a Freightliner FLC 120. I figured some of you guys out there that are truck drivers or like heavy, that work on heavy trucks, big trucks, you'd get a kick out of that. Carpenter lost his cool on set. Now, Carpenter is not known to lose his cool on set. He's not known to be hot-headed by any means. There's only a very few times that he actually has been. And this was one of the movies that he actually lost his cool on. A special effects coordinator was yelled at by Carpenter after one of the squibs on the wall went off much too soon than expected. And on the budget that they already had, they couldn't risk going over that. James Hong is now 92 years old and did the voice of the jeweler in Diablo 3. Nice, Lord. Cat powered? There you go. I have no idea what it was powered by, but Heavy does. And that is the Pork Chop Express. Ego G, thank you for them tiggle bitties. I appreciate it. Thank you. Just mindfulness. Thank you for that, host. I appreciate it. I do. Now, let's see. Now, Jack and Wang, there's a part in the film, again, this is going to be a spoiler. There's a part in the film where Jack and Wang are almost ran over by the Lords of Death at the airport. Carpenter shot that scene backwards, with the actors performing in reverse. So, if you have this on a high definition Blu-ray, or most likely Blu-ray would be the high definition, and you have a high definition TV, watch this part very carefully because you can actually see it being done backwards. Your eyes don't catch it when you're actually watching it. My eyes never caught it the first million times that I've watched this film, but after learning this, you can see it if you know about that part. So basically, that it was done in reverse, not to confuse the actors, but for safety reasons, because that whole set with the mouth, that whole set there in the scene where the car goes back, car doesn't go backwards, the car goes forward and they're almost ran over. That scene was done with some escalators and 12-inch lifts. Did you see the parody of Gundam style low pat? No, I don't think so, Lord. I don't believe so. 4.0 on the Richter scale, baby. Thank you, Just Mindfulness. I appreciate those kind words. I do. Thank you. I don't think I have, Lord. I don't think I've seen that. But I do have a video. I have a second trailer. This is a modern trailer. So the trailer that we just seen was from 1986. Do you guys want to see the modern trailer as well? And then we have the floating eyeball. I don't know if you guys, those of you who haven't seen it, I have pictures of the floating eyeball as well. All right. Let's see. This is the modern trailer.
What I'd like to do today is get your version of what happened.
Oh, you mean the truth? China is here, Mr. Burton.
What does that mean? Huh? China is here? I don't even know what the hell that means. All I know is this Lopan character comes out of thin air in the middle of a goddamn alley while his buddies are cutting everybody to shreds, and he just stands there waiting for me to drive my truck straight through him with light coming out of his mouth.
A girl with green eyes, brave enough to embrace the naked blade. And when I find her, I will marry her. I think I will be happy and my curse will be lifted.
Go off and rule the universe from beyond the grave. Indeed! Or check into a psycho ward, whichever comes first, huh?
First time you ever plugged somebody?
Of course not.
It's all up to you now, Jack. My destiny rests in your capable hands.
Wait a minute. I'm a reasonable guy, but I've just experienced some very unreasonable things.
Fight together, Jack. Do or don't.
If you have an influence over your youthful friend, you better exert it now. Otherwise, I will have both of you roll off to the hell where people are skinned alive. It's that simple, understand?
Are you crazy? Is that your problem?
Huh?
It's all in the reflexes.
What I'd like to do today.
All right. Yeah, that's the modern version, the modern trailer for Big Trouble Little China. This is some artwork that Reaper 1923 was able to find on the internet and put together. This scene, I'm going to go into the beginning scene that you saw in that trailer there. That actually has a story to it. The scene in the beginning of the film where they're in the lawyer's office talking, that wasn't originally in the script. That was in there because 20th Century Fox was confused when they watched the preview of the movie. And they thought fans of the film would be confused as well, which we weren't. Bet you guys don't know that Kurt Russell was the sidekick. Jack Burton is not the lead hero. He never was the lead hero. The one that you think, Wang, is the hero of this film, where Jack Burton was the sidekick. And they wanted you to understand that Jack wasn't the full-on hero, but to be one of the heroes in the film. Which I thought was kind of strange because it looks like Jack Burton was the superhero without a cape. And we have Peter Kwong, which played one of the characters, one of the Thunder and Lightning, right? His wig, because he didn't have actually long hair in the film, his wig was $3,000. $3,000. I do have a picture. Where is his wig? Where is his picture? That is not it. Nope. Where the hell is it? Ah, right here. This wig that he wore was $3,000. $3,000 for a wig. I posted it. Awesome. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate it. Yes, Rain. $3,000 for that fucking wig. I can't. It blows my mind. I know how much wigs are usually. They're not overly too expensive. I don't know why this one was $3,000. Hi, senor. How are you? Happy Father's Day. And I also have for you John Carpenter's band. John Carpenter and his band sang the title song. So I have the title song for you and I have the video. Carpenter and his USC film school friends Tommy Lee Wallace and Nick Castle performed the film's title song as the Coupe de Villes. And we have the video and them singing. Mr. Scott, thank you. Thank you for re-sacrificing your soul for 3 months, my friend. I appreciate it. Stargazer, how are you? Big Trouble in Little China is one of my favorite all-time movies. Yes, one of mine as well. It's a great film. In the 80s and could have also made from certain hair. Could have been. I don't know. I couldn't find any information on as to why it cost $3,000. I did a lot of research and trying to figure out how much of this, how many of this, yada yada, and I couldn't figure it out. There was no actual set list that I found that showed how much the wig actually was. Awesome. We are doing Coffee Chat of Horror, Stargazer, and it's basically we autopsy a movie, usually a horror movie, but today we're talking about Big Trouble in Little China by John Carpenter from 1986, and I go through the background of the film, inside and outside of the film. How you doing, Mr. Scott? How's your day going? I am going to show you guys the video of John Carpenter's band singing the title song of Big Trouble in Little China. These are the Coupe de Villes. And it's a very old recording, so I can't make a big screen. Hi, Doc. How are you? Yeah, right? The hair was made from a unicorn tail. Nice, senor. That's cool. This is Nick Castle, Tommy Lee Wallace, John Carpenter. Nick Castle. Did you guys know that John Carpenter is a singer? That is definitely 80s TV. And I actually have info on that escalator scene. Yeah. That's Michael Myers in 1978. Well, one of the Michaels. Nick Castle. His glasses. They could try. They could try, Doc. He is. He actually loves music, horror freak. Yes, Foz. Right? Yeah, Ziggy's Wigs, yeah. Yeah, I found that as well. That is John Carpenter's band, the Coupe de Villes. And his band did the title song. So when you hear it, when you watch this film again, you'll hear that song. That's them doing it. Monkey, thank you for the host, Monkey. I hope you're good. Hi, Undead. I haven't seen that movie in a very, very long time. I watch this movie at least once a month. It's one of my favorites. You gotta love a director who made Escape from New York, The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China. Oh yeah, Prince of Darkness. And in the Mouth of Madness, which is a great fucking film. I do have a biography of John Carpenter on my podcast. If you're interested, you can do ! Podcast. I do have a full biography on him because he's one of my favorite directors. Hi, JG. How are you? You should put a sidecar on your hog. My hog ain't big enough for a sidecar. I've got a bobber style motorcycle. My dad had a perm and it looked like an afro. Voss, that's funny. It's Mr. Scott. Thank you so much for them tickle bitties. I appreciate it. I need to rebuild my movie library. Nice, Undead. Nice. I am feeling fine. Just getting ready to get steak from parents. Nice, Monkey. Tell your dad Happy Father's Day. And again, to all you fathers out there, whether you are animal fathers or human fathers, Happy Father's Day. I hope you have a great day and a happy Father's Day. Heavy one on a motorcycle ride. But yeah, I love knowing more about Carpenter. And the fact that he can sing, and Nick Castle, who would have fucking thought that Nick Castle and John Carpenter can sit there and sing? I thought it was hilarious seeing them. And they're called the Coupe de Villes, if you want to check them out. Oh, my moose is here. God damn, Paul. Now, going back to the whole remake, like I said, The Rock, earlier today, I said that The Rock wanted to remake it with Carpenter. There is already a comic book that takes off from where the movie ended. And believe it or not, there's a video game that was released in 1986. Yeah. Of course, I love Kurt Russell. Oh my God, Senor, I love Kurt Russell. He is one of my favorite actors. I have over 200 DVDs and Blu-rays. Damn, Zach. All different types of genres. I'm good. Just getting my Freddy Krueger cosplay ready for later. Awesome, JG. Awesome. I'd love to see some pictures of it. I will, Monkey. I will. He went out for a ride, right? Hello, fat bastard. Yeah, that's my cat who needs a fucking diet. That's Mr. Paul. I call him Paulicious. He's my Paulicious Paul. I have to get ready for work soon during one of my favorite movie covers. No worries, Lord. You go get ready. There will be a VOD and unfortunately an edited VOD on YouTube because YouTube likes to piss you off and copyright stuff. So make sure if you want, you can check it out there. This will also be on my podcast. JG Dark, welcome to the Crypt. Thank you so very much for that follow. I appreciate it. Pretty much everything from the 80s. Nice, Zach. Nice. Thank you. Hugs right back at you, Lord. I would normally not want another Big Trouble, but I think The Rock could actually pull it off. I wouldn't want Rock as Jack Burton. And that's just because I love Kurt Russell. It would be very hard for me to swallow the fact that The Rock is Jack Burton. Now, maybe if The Rock was another lead character, I could probably go to, or I don't know. I just love Kurt Russell too much to see that part go to The Rock. Now, don't get me wrong. I like The Rock. I like The Rock in movies. I love what he has brought to the film industry. I just don't know if I could handle him as Jack Burton. Kurt is so versatile. He really is. He really is, Mr. Scott. Yokai, hi. How are you? I love your guts. No worries. You stay in those shadows and lurk, sweetness. Bye, Lord. Love your guts. I finally saw this movie this year, Monkey. It's one of my favorites. It's a great film. My Ballet Flats, welcome to the Crypts. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, he does. He does have a sense of humor for it. I will agree with that, with you on that, Senor. Definitely. He's a great actor. Faceless, mwah, thank you for that host. I appreciate it. Perhaps connected to Burton like his nephew or some other extended family member, allowing a cameo of Russell. Possibly. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like Kurt Russell way too much. Like, he is Jack Burton for me. It is a classic film. I love Jack Burton, but Snake Plissken, oh, fuck yeah. Snake Plissken is great. Super Zero, welcome to the Crypt. Thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. It is definitely a classic film. Big Trouble Little China. There's a few parts I have for you guys, little snippets of information from Escape from New York on what Kurt Russell was saying about it. When they recast Snake Plissken, we riot. Oh my God, Zach. Right? I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I couldn't agree more. Kurt Russell is Jack Burton. Like, RDJ is Tony Stark. Yeah, can you imagine putting somebody else in as Tony Stark? Now, Robert Downey Jr. is yummy, but could you imagine them replacing them with The Rock? I know my webcam changes color. I do apologize about that. No thing Adams today? No, I don't have it on the overlay. So, remember I was telling you earlier that Kurt Russell was Kurt Russell was John Carpenter's only choice for the lead role, but the studio suggested Jack Nicholson, Clint Eastwood, and Jeff Bridges as Jack Burton. Can you see any of those guys at the time being Jack Burton? Clint Eastwood, he's known for being Dirty fucking Harry. I don't know if I could deal with that. Jack Nicholson as well. Right, Faceless? It's okay, time to get ready. No worries, Monkey. I love your guts. Thank you for stopping by. And I hope you enjoy the time with your father and well, actually with your parents today. No on all three, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Jeff Bridges. But not as Jack Burton. But that's what having a studio behind you does, right? A studio will say, no, we don't want that person in there. We want this person. And that's the whole issue of having a studio, is because the studio controls the money, right? Jeff Bridges would be the closest just because of the dude. I fucking love the dude. It's my favorite character. One of my favorite characters. I'm thinking about calling my dad. Call your dad, Zach. It's Father's Day. I gotta call my dad as well. They all had their own persona and big, yeah, they did, undead, and that's one of the reasons why 20th Century Fox wanted to go with one of the big stars, because they already had a name for themselves. You got to think about, remember, this is 1986. Kurt Russell really didn't have a big following. He wasn't a big celebrity. They had to battle up against the Golden Child, which they had a kick-ass lead, Eddie Murphy, who was really big at the time in the 80s. And so the studio wanted to have another big name so it could go up against Golden Child. But John was like, no, I want Kurt Russell for this lead. Now, Kurt Russell has done numerous movies with John, and they actually have a good friendship, working relationship as well. I do love Jack Nicholson, Faceless. He's a great actor. I just watched the movie last night. Oh, this movie, Big Trouble Little China, it's fucking amazing. I would suggest Telly Savalas. No, I don't believe Telly Savalas is still alive. Kim Cattrall, yeah. Do you know that they didn't want Kim Cattrall as Gracie Law? They were too ingrained in those. It would have been like Jack Burton being portrayed by Clint Eastwood. Yeah, exactly. Dirty Harry. Clint Eastwood is Dirty motherfucking Harry. I love The Thing. It's a great film. Me neither, JG. Me neither. But like, yeah, it's a great. This is a classic fucking film. Kurt Russell based Jack Burton on John Wayne. That's how he got ready for this role of Jack Burton. And in Escape from New York in 1981, he based his character Snake Plissken on Clint Eastwood. I thought that was interesting because of how the studio wanted Clint Eastwood as Jack Burton. I thought that was their fucking webcam pisses me off. Anyways, so he portrayed his character Jack Burton on the way John Wayne would hold himself in his career. And if you don't know who John Wayne is, Google him. I know some of us old people here know who John Wayne is. I don't know if some of you younger folk know who he is, but he was a Westerner actor. But I thought that was kind of funny how they had Clint Eastwood as one of the picks, and in Snake as the role for Snake Plissken, that is who Kurt Russell was trying to channel, was Clint Eastwood in that one. How you doing, Steele? I have a bottle of John Wayne hot sauce just because I thought it was cool. For sure, right, Zach? I'd like to know which ones don't know who John Wayne is. If you don't know John Wayne, well, you got to remember, the newer generation would have no idea who John Wayne is. They'd have no idea who John Carrey is. John Candy. Jim Carrey, they would know. John Candy. They wouldn't even know Gene Wilder. You know? I mean, we all know who Gene Wilder is. The new generation would have no fucking clue. Right? Just get the fuck out. No, he's not. He played everyone's favorite bald detective. Oh, Kojak. Yes, I know who Telly Savalas is. Oh, he's still alive. Yeah, I know who Kojak and Telly Savalas is. I know, Kit. I know, right? Old. I feel old sometimes as well. Talking to some of the younger generation about different actors, they're like, who the fuck you talking about? Clint Eastwood had been perfect if the movie was a Western. Yes, Reaper. And originally this movie was supposed to be a Western, right? Do you know another little tidbit about Kurt Russell in this film? Kurt Russell turned down the lead role of Connor McLeod in Highlander in 1986 to appear in this film. Both movies were released by 20th Century Fox. Could you imagine Kurt Russell as Connor McLeod? Now, I'm sure many of you haven't seen Highlander. I love the movie Highlander. Hello, Scorpio. How are you? No, don't apologize for not being around for about a month. Been busy. Only time I can watch is Sundays. It's all good, Scorpio. All good. Get your lurk on, my friend. I'm glad you're doing well. Speaking of Wilder, did you ever hear the theory of who Willy Wonka actually is? I did hear something about it, Undead. I feel lucky that my parents exposed me to classics when I was a little kid. I was born in 96. Faceless, yeah. And in 96, you would still know who John Wayne is. But my spawn, who was born in 2004, probably would not have known who he was if she didn't grow up watching classic films with me. Hi, Crisis. It is one of the best movies ever, dude. I agree. Who loves you, baby? Yep, Doc, I used to watch Kojak back in the day. I think he made the right decision. I like both movies the way they are. Same, Zach, same. I think he made the right decision as well because I do love Highlander. You know, one of my top films, oh, I fucking love Overboard. Do you know they remade Overboard, Yokai? Yeah. I feel old when I hear STP on a classic rock station. Ha! Right, Crisis? Mwah. Thank you for that, host. I greatly appreciate it. Work is doing well. You'll love my shirt. Thank you very much, Scorpio. Regal, how are you? I do like Willy Wonka and my dad's fave. Nice. Let me just see here. Undead, you on about Wonka being one of the surviving Weasley twins from Harry Potter? Hundar. Thank you for the host, Hundar. How are you? Yes, Yokai, they remade it. They did. I didn't watch it because the only Overboard for me is Kurt Russell. Yeah, they did. They did. And Goldie Hawn. How you doing, Eve? How are you? Yeah, that's the one, and it makes sense too. It definitely could make sense, right? I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, and don't hate me. I haven't really watched Harry Potter. I fucking love Goldie Hawn. I do. I love her. She's great. I love Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. They made so many movies together. But yes, I have never really watched Harry Potter. I never got on that train. I remember renting this movie on VHS tape from the video shop, right? Oh my lord. Oh, Goldie's daughter is awesome. I know. I'm sorry, Nuclear. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I don't even think I've watched a whole movie of Harry Potter. I believe so, Faust. I believe so. You own it? Nice. The studio pressured John Carpenter to cast a rock star for the role of Gracie Law, but Carpenter didn't want a rock star. Carpenter wanted Kim Cattrall. Kim Cattrall did a couple of movies, but she was mainly known for her theater. She started out in theater and then did a role for Porky's, if you remember that movie, Porky's from 1980s. You're not missing much? Thanks, Crisis. Thanks. I'm good. A little tired because I get little sleep now, but it's all worth it. Oh my God, Eve, did you give birth? Congratulations. She finally arrived. Another bald fan favorite from back in the day is Yul Brynner. Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox. They were awesome. They're still awesome, faceless. Porky's is awesome. Porky's 1, 2, and 3. They are fucking fabulous. If you haven't checked out the comedy from the 80s called Porky's, which is supposed to represent 1950s, you have to go and fucking see it. Hi, Peachy person. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. I agree, Peachy. How are you? Kim's family is from Liverpool. Nice, Reaper. Good morning, Super Mario. And congratulations, Eve. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm old. I remember most of these movies coming out. Crisis, right? I was old enough to know, I wasn't old enough to see this film in the theaters in 86, but I was already, I think I was 10 years older or older by that time. No one I know has even heard of it. What? Wow. Porky's is definitely number one of those movies I have on DVD. Right on, Zach. Right on. Your voice is like amazing. Oh, thank you, Peachy. To be honest with you, I hate the sound of my friggin' voice. One of your favorite movies? Oh, so is mine, Super Mario. We just listened to the title song, which John Carpenter, Nick Castle, and Tommy Lee Wallace did in their band called Coupe de Villes. Sorry, I'm very fidgety today. Discorded my new jumper. I wonder what you'll think. Awesome. Thank you, Scorpio. Thank you. I have Porky's 1 and 2. I have 1, 2, and 3. Zach. It's so sultry. It's like that. I gather that would be the right word. I personally don't like my voice. But thank you, Peachy. Thank you very much. It's like one of those classic teenage raunchy movies you gotta see. Yes, Yokai. You have it on VHS? Right on, Super Mario. These awesome little photographics that you see here is from Reaper 1923. He creates these for Coffee Chat of Horrors. I know people that thought it was a Mortal Kombat ripoff. Oh, Big Trouble Little China? Well, we're going to actually get into that. I'm going to get into some of the lore on the three bodyguards of Lopan. Hundar, how are you? If I watch Porky's now, I feel bad for the character. Pee-wee got treated, but as a kid, I laughed my ass off. Yeah, faceless. You forgot about 3? Nice, Zach. Yeah, no, I have 1, 2, and 3. Now back to Big Trouble Little China. Jackie Chan was John Carpenter's first choice to play Wang Chi, but producer Lawrence Gordon was highly against it, fearing Chan's English wasn't good enough. And if you've ever seen any of Jackie Chan's movies, especially back in the 80s, like Battle Creek or any other films that he did, his English was really bad. So it's a good thing they didn't go with Chan, because Chan, even to this day, has problems with English. It's not his first language, right? Exactly, Crisis. Now that's a mullet, right? You're doing good. Just, some pizza in the oven. Heavy made me steak and eggs. Even though it's Father's Day, he made me steak and eggs, and I ate those steak and eggs during the trailers. I just watched them not long ago. I just watched Porky's 1 yesterday and Porky's 2 the other day. The Three Storms, yes, the Three Storms, they are the bodyguards of Lopan. And we're going to get into some information about them, because there's some real information about them as well. And about the gang that they were going to, like the gang between them. I did read. Have you never had steak and eggs? Have you never had steak and eggs? Serial killer! Hello, good morning. Happy Father's Day, Serial. How are you doing, Serial? Okay, so Jackie Chan was supposed to play Wang Chi, but again, producers were worried about his accent in English because English was definitely not his first language. Not at all. No, I don't like steak. What? See, I need to do that grab by heart like Mr. Sanford from Sanford and Sons, if you remember that TV show back in the day. Elizabeth! I put a pic of a steak. Oh, yes, you did, Zach. Yes, you did. I cannot believe Riggs does not like steak and eggs. Elizabeth, I'm coming to see you, right? That's what I need to do. I fucking love Sanford and Sons. 06, Chris, how are you doing? How are you? Happy Sunday, my friend. You're good. You're just working. That's not fair. Why are you working on Father's Day? I like it with Heinz 76 sauce. Dude, you haven't had a real steak. You haven't had a real steak, Regal. Come to Canada. Let me cook you a steak. Nerdy Curve, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. It's the big one. I love Red Fox. Fuck, that was such a great show back in the day. I just followed you on everything. What? Gigi, seriously, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. What? I'm in Alberta, loser. Alberta. Good morning, Lily. How are you, sweetness? I'm having a wonderful day so far, and I hope everyone here who is a daddy is having a wonderful Father's Day. Again, you don't have to be a daddy of a human. Wonderful today. Thanks so much for the energy and asking. Hope you and the Horde are having a horrifyingly lovely day. Oh, we are. Thank you for the stretch, loser. Where are you, loser? Are you in Canada as well? The way I make steak, you don't have to put anything on it. Same, Zach. Same. If it's bloody or pink, nope, I vomit. See, the way we make steak as well, you don't have to put anything on it. I marinate it, and then I beat the ever-living fuck out of it, and then I let it marinate it for another couple of days. Our steak, you barely even need a knife to cut it. Might have to have steak tonight in tribute to my dad. How do you all take your steak? My dad was most rare. You could get without it being straight off the cow. I like mine bloody. Yeah, I'm one of those people that, you know, don't cook it. Just sear it on both ends, right? Like, just sear it for me. I want the blood to be dripping out of it when I eat it. I know that's turning Regal's stomach right now. Emergency and incident in silo. They called me in. No one is hurt. Oh, I'm glad no one is hurt, Cereal. If you have to put something on steak, you've cooked it wrong. Yeah, Glass. I completely agree with you. You're a medium rare. I like medium rare. I like medium. I like rare. Crisis. Oh my lord.
Crisis, thank you for sacrificing your soul to the Horde and adding a new playmate of souls.
Thank you. Steel, you like medium rare? Yeah, I marinate. I vacuum steel as well. I do. Joy's like, no thank you, and pukes all over the place. Now, Crisis, what we're going to do for you is two things, my friend. First and foremost, I'm going to switch my scene. Because you, this goddamn light's pissing me off. Anyways, you just subscribed to the channel and sacrificed your soul, so now your name goes upon the sub coffin, and it stays there forever. 777. Regal, I still can't believe you don't like steak. Anyway, so Crisis, here you are. There is your name on the sub coffin. I hope you can see it. I've got to take a picture of the sub coffin, so I will take a picture of it. But there is your name. It stays there forever. It is forever immortalized on this bad boy. And in 30 days, your sub will expire. If you want to renew it, that's your business, not mine. You are more than welcome to. And if you don't, you're more than welcome to be here as well, because I speak and play games with everybody. Oh my goodness, JG.
JG Dark, thank you for sacrificing your soul to the Horde. I appreciate it.
Mwah, thank you very, very much. I know, Riggs. Crazy woman. I'll have to make you a steak. Come to Canada. And how is Ontario doing there, loser? JG underscore capital D ARHK. Thank you for that hype, guys. Hi, FaZe Goofy. How are you? So, JG, there is your name on the sub coffin. It's right there. I do have to take a picture of the sub coffin. So, if anybody is wanting a picture of their name, please let me know, and I will send that. I will get your name and put it there. Your channel is dope and does dope things. Thank you, Crisis. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for all that hype, guys. I love seeing those emotes. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, for you as well, in 30 days, your sub will expire. It's up to you if you want to renew it. It's your money. If you want to throw it at me again for another month, awesome. If you don't, awesome. Either way, you are welcomed here to hang out with us. I know. I'm sorry, Mickey. I can't be on all the time. Car Guy 1822, welcome. Welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. Oh crap, there goes my intro again. No, we're not gonna have the intro again. That's our porn intro. The steak is already dead, Regal. It is, right? Thank you guys so much for the sub hype. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the love. Steak should be slightly pink in the middle with clear juice, no blood. I like it different ways. It's depending on how I am. Same, Crisis, same. I was born in 77 as well. Car Guy, thank you for that host. I appreciate it. Thank you for the host and the follow. I hope you're having a great Sunday. All right, Regal, have fun at work, hon. I love your guts. Kobe beef? I don't think so, Undead. Whenever you bring lunch lady into stream, I can join you now. Yes, boss. Lily. Thank you for the host. I got 7 years on you. Do you still? I seen a picture of you. You don't look like you do. You definitely don't look like you do. I seen you. I seen you in your mask. You put your shoes on and your kitty is already unhappy because she knows you're leaving. That sucks, Joy Toy. That sucks. But you're going to have fun and hang out with your daddy. I know you do, Mickey. JG Dark. Thank you for that host. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to get back into Big Trouble Little China. And do you know the name Miao Yin? What it means? Steel is awesomely old. I would say so. And he doesn't look like he's 7 years older. I would never have guessed he is 7 years older. Not at all. I've seen what Steel sort of kind of looks like from the mask up. So anyways, let's see here. Miao Yin roughly translates to cat-like. There's a few different translations in here. Especially in the beginning where you see Big Trouble Little China and then you see the Chinese characters there. That does not say Big Trouble Little China in those Chinese characters. It says something completely different. And where are we? Oh, this little guy here. This is the eye. I love the eye. Now, this eye was created by many puppeteers and wires. Tons of wires and puppeteers. They didn't go into exact specifics in how many puppeteers were handling him, but this is a famous eye that is in the film. This is Lo Pan's eye. And when they get down into the tunnels to get rid of the marriage that's going to happen between Lo Pan and Miao Yin and Gracie Law, this guy comes going through the tunnels and shows Lo Pan who is here. Not that I know of, Lily. Not that I know of. I didn't find that anywhere in any of my research that I did. I took my daughter into a store and the cashier said to her, "Are you with your grandpa today?" And my daughter looked at her and said, "That's my daddy." Does that bitch need glasses? Still? There's no fucking way you look like grandpa. I've seen you. I've seen you. She probably needed glasses. Crazy bitch. This is them working on the eye. Hi, Cyrex. How are you? This is the eye that they were working on. I would love to have this bad boy. Could you imagine having this in your house? Just hanging out? this would be a great collector's piece. And they do actually make the eye. They do. No faceless. I think I did. You had corpse paint on, right? There is Crisis. If you do exclamation point discard. Oh my god, I was gonna say discarded because I'm reading Faust at the same time. If you do exclamation point Discord, the link will pop up. We do have a Discord that we hang out in. We do watch movies in it. We do a lot of things in that Discord. You got carded again? Nice, Faust. It's always nice to be carded. I get carded all the time. All the time. And I'm like, bitch, every time I forget my driver's license, yeah, that's when I get carded. Mind you, I don't go into a lot of places to get carded, but every now and again I go into the liquor store and that's where I get carded. And it always happens when I forget my driver's license in the car. Frankenhooker should be a hit. It's a kick-ass fucking film. Want a date? Love Frankenhooker. So Serial Killer watches movies in his Discord as well. And on Saturday night, they watched one of my favorite movies by Frank Henenlotter, which is Frankenhooker. If you have not seen Frankenhooker, please let me know. We will do a watching of it in the Discord. It would go great with my life-size Michael Myers mannequin. That's awesome, JG. That's awesome. I don't have a life-size Michael Myers. I created a life-size Michael Myers. I've got Michael's mask there. I actually have the jumper, the coveralls that he wears. But I made the body out of newspaper. And I have hands and boots that go with it. We popped Missy's cherry. She hadn't seen Frankenhooker. That amazes me that she hasn't seen Frankenhooker. This here is a collector's item. This is one that you can actually buy on Etsy. This guy right here. Yeah, I had corpse paint on, but I want to show you my face naked faces. The corpse paint pic is actually my Twitter avatar. Very cool faceless. I have a corpse paint one as well. I don't wear corpse paint quite often. That was my first time wearing it. I've never heard of Frankenhooker. Undead. Have you ever heard of Frank Henenlotter? Don't worry, guys. Frank Henenlotter films are coming to a coffee chat of horrors near you. You'd love to see it. Have you seen it, JG? The Discord, I do hold movie nights in the Discord, usually during the day and sometimes in the evening. So if you're in there, you definitely could. Looks like a beholder. I don't think I have. The name doesn't sound familiar. Lament, how are you, sweetness? Good morning and good afternoon. Frankenhooker is made by director Frank Henenlotter. It's a low budget horror film and it is fucking amazing. She is I'll give you a little bit of a peek of what Frankenhooker is about. Basically, a guy and a girl fall in love. They're at a party. Girl dies. The guy is somewhat of a scientist, doctor type guy, and he goes around and Frankenstein monster, his girlfriend, has his girlfriend's face, but has portions of hookers, body parts of hookers put together and reanimated to come back to life. And so it's called Frankenhooker. It is a low budget film, but all Frank Henenlotter films like Basket Case, Brain Damage, they're all low budget films. So if you've seen any Frank Henenlotter films, he's an awesome director. But Undead, if you want to check it out one day, I can play it in the Discord. There you go. There you go. That was my first time too. It was for Halloween. Nice, faceless. Ashley, how are you, sweetness? How are you doing? I wore corpse paint for one of my bands. Nice, Lament. I wore corpse paint for a friend of mine called Bicycle of Death. And it sounds very pornish. It actually really isn't. You would think there would be some sex up in there. There's a couple of scenes, but nothing crazy. And the reason why she's called Frankenhooker, because she's a Frankenstein's monster, but made out of hookers' body parts. And her famous line is, "Want a date?" This sounds fucking hilarious. Oh, it is. I love it. It's a great film. Definitely a great film. Thank you for the shout out for Lament. We had a good night, Raw. The movie didn't work, so I had to download another copy. So we watched me finish that hat. Horrible fucking level. Dude, congratulations on beating that level in Battletoads. My hat goes off to you. I know how great that felt because I beat level 19 in Grave Chase. And I ordered watch No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan, and I ordered my Uber Jason mask, and then we watched Frankenhooker. Such a good night. Sounds like a great night. He probably just got the mask, not the hawk. Definitely show me a picture. I need to see it. I mean, with a name like Frankenhooker, it definitely implies sexuality, but the guy loved her so much, he killed to bring her back. Basically, yes, Undead. Yes, it is another Frankenstein monster film. It is a horror comedy. All of Frank Henenlotter films, though, are horror comedies. And I did a coffee chat of horrors on Frankenhooker a couple years ago. I may do a new one on Frankenhooker, Basket Case, Brain Damage, because they're great fucking films. But anyways, back to Big Trouble Little China. This guy right here, this is an Etsy. It's pretty cool, right? You've been playing Grave Chase. What level did you get to? No, he actually didn't kill anyone, but shh. Sounds interesting, though. I would be down to watch it. For sure, Undead. If you're part of the Discord, I do have a movie roll in there. All you have to do is ask for the movie roll, and I always post in the Discord in the announcements when we're watching a movie. Usually happens Thursdays during the day, but I do some evening times, and we do Silver Scream over on YouTube. Awesome, Undead. Awesome. All right, let's see here. This is a $3,000 wig that I was telling you about earlier. Thanks for the spoiler. Okay, so the three storms. If you've seen Big Trouble in Little China, you know there are three storms that are associated with this film. And the three storms were partly inspired by the popular character Thunder God Raiden from Mortal Kombat fighting video game series, while David Lopan was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer Shang Tsung. But not the whole thing. There actually was a gang in New York City that went against each other, just like you've seen in here. So the characters are partly based off of Mortal Kombat, but also partly based off of a real live gang that was in New York City. Eyes of Fire. No, I don't believe so, Lament. I don't believe I've seen Eyes of Fire. It's such a good movie, though, Undead. You'll enjoy it. And according to John Carpenter, the opening of the film, so you remember in the trailer that I showed you, you have Egg Shen, which is played by Victor Wong, sitting in the lawyer's office. That was added in at the request of 20th Century Fox in order to make Kurt Russell's character, Jack Burton, more heroic. And remember, in this film, Jack Burton is actually the sidekick. Yes, actually the sidekick. I've seen The Warriors, Lament. I've seen The Warriors. But no, similar to The Warriors, but it was an actual Chinese gang. All right, Joy Toy, enjoy your day. Tell your dad Happy Father's Day. Yes, love your guts, Joy Toy. Enjoy yourself. Now, I love Victor Wong. He plays Egg Shen, and he drives the truck that you see in this film. The vehicle that Egg Shen drove in the movie is a 1936 white touring car. That car is now in Yellowstone National Park. The location for which it originally was built is named Hollywood, and it gives tours out of Old Faithful out there in Yellowstone National Park. Are we not entertained? Right? Also, the characters on the front of Egg Shen's bus says Uncle Egg's tours guarantee a good time. So that was something that was on the front of it. It's in Chinese characters, and that is what it says. Wind, fire, all that kind of thing. Exactly. Now, there's that. There's Lopan, right? Mao Ying, Gracie Law. This Big Trouble Little China is the last studio film that John Carpenter worked on in the 80s. This was his last one. He went on to produce his other films independently. He got really screwed over doing this film. Not only did 20th Century Fox barely promote this film, and that was one of the main reasons it tanked at the box office. It did really good with test audience, overwhelmingly really good, which gave them the hopes of being a big box office hit. But because of 20th Century Fox not promoting the film like they should have, the movie tanked. And there was a lot of bullshit that went back and forth between the studio and the creative mind of John Carpenter. So in the 80s, he said, that's it. I'm no longer working with studios. I'm going to start producing all of my other films independently. And he has. Hi, DJ Dark Prime. How are you? Hi, Fallout. How are you? Gunner Case, this is a great film. Great film. But we're just giving you a little bit of insight and background. Now, I know, where are my other... Okay, so we came up here. There we go. I just want to make sure we got everything here. You guys remember the scene where Kurt Russell, Jack Burton, and Wang go into the brothel? Dargor, hi, how are you? I am doing fabulous, DJ, doing fabulous, enjoying my Sunday, hanging out with the horde, drinking some good coffee. Egg was a pimp. He was. Actually, he was a sorcerer, right? Formo, how are you? Good day, sir. Thank you for them tiggle bitties. Normally, if you're new here, normally when someone drops some tiggle bitties, Elvira pops up with some tassels on, you know, making those tiggle bitties rotate those tassels. Since we're doing Coffee Chat of Horrors, it's not on here. But the sound is. Also, Serial Killer, first time here. I found you from TikTok, from OG. Did you? Oh, DJ, thank you very much for coming over here. I appreciate it. 06 Chris is pretty fucking awesome. I actually met Chris on TikTok. One of his stream-related videos popped up on my For You page, and I was like, I gotta check this guy out. I did. I checked him out. I also did a duet with Chris. That's exactly how I met him. Was here, well, not here, but on TikTok. Oh gosh, cash. I guess it's not deductible. No, that's a good part in that brothel. But I'm glad you're here, Formo. How are you feeling? How are you doing? But yes. Anyways, back to Kurt Russell. He suffered a really bad case of the flu during the scene just after the brothel. So the sweat on his body is real and it's caused by a fever. He, even though had the flu, still went to work to finish this film. I didn't know you have a TikTok, yokai. I do. I'm still trying to find my way on TikTok. I do a lot of different things on TikTok. Henry Swanson, all excitement. Hi, Petro, how are you?
Welcome to
I was going to tell you I did some painting yesterday. I took an already existing picture of the moon, and then I turned it into an alien. I'd love to see this, Faceless. If you feel comfortable enough showing us your artwork in the Discord, you can put it under the Chilling Creations channel. You just woke up, so I'm not sure yet. I'm doing fabulous, Formo. I've been up since about 5 o'clock this morning because of Fusa. But I'm doing good. What coffee is everyone drinking? I am drinking Kick-Ass. It's called Kick-Ass. It is a dark roast Canadian coffee from the makers. They're called Kickin' Horse is the coffee company. They're made from the Rocky Mountains. And it's called Kick-Ass Dark Roast. That's what I'm drinking. I drink my coffee black, no sugar, no milk, no nothing. Just lovely, delicious coffee. I am doing great, Petro. I've been on TikTok. Fucking kids. See, I'm on the horror TikTok and streamer TikTok. So I actually really enjoy horror side of TikTok. Not horrors. I know it sounds like I say horrors sometimes, but I'm not saying horrors. I'm saying horror. I'm past coffee now. You're on beer. Steel, you're just like Ake, because Ake is like, it's beer 30 already. John Wayne. Yes, I like my coffee black and strong. Mocha. Nice cereal. Nice. You're drinking Ginger Brew Monster. I don't think I've ever heard of that. What kind of beer are you drinking? I'm on a Kink Talk and Witch Talk. I was on Witch Talk, Yokai, but Witch Talk kind of pissed me off with all the gatekeeping bullshit that's going on. So I got rid of Witch Talk. Because again, all the gatekeeping is not needed, uncalled for. So I left Witch Talk. Yeah. Anyways, let's get back to Big Trouble Little China. Let's see here. The interior of Egg Chen's garage/office, if you've seen the film, then you know what part we're talking about, is actually Fire Station 23, the same building used as the business interior in Ghostbusters. Yes, there's a lot of gatekeeping on there, Yokai, and I don't believe in that. Everyone wants to gatekeep nowadays. Everyone can go suck a fucking dick. Gatekeeping is uncalled for. You don't need gatekeeping. Fuck. It aggravates me. Monkey, you're back. But everyone does. Same. I'm all over the horror side of TikTok. Nice, JG. Nice. I'm learning TikTok. I'm still new on TikTok. I haven't been on TikTok that long. Dick sucking will do. Monkey. Happy Father's Day to all the current and future fathers. Kink Talk. Yes, there is a Kink Talk. Yes, faceless. There is. There is a lot of TikTok. Horror, cosplay, comedy for myself on TikTok. Right on, Undead. I do a lot of, mainly horror. Started doing some streamers. Gatekeepers, right, Petro? Kink. What is Kink Talk? It's the kinky side of TikTok. Now everyone's whipping out their phone, going over to TikTok. That's so funny. Anyways, the office that you see in this film is actually the Ghostbusters office, fire station number 23. I follow the Merkins on there as well, Lament. In the wedding scene. So you guys remember the wedding scene. Let me see if I have a wedding scene in my photos here. Okay, so this is part of the wedding scene. So in the wedding scene, where Lo Pan is putting the needle of love into Miao Yin, James Hong jabbed Susie Pie too hard. He actually hit her pretty hard with the needle. You can see her flinch as he puts the needle into her arm. You'll see in the scene, Gracie Law, played by Kim Cattrall, and Miao Ying, played by Susie Pie, are up in the air, and they come down to the part where they're going to be the needle of love. So Lo Pan puts the needle of love actually through the wrist, and it hits Miao Ying for real. Her eyes are closed in that scene, and you actually see her flinch because he hit her actual skin. I noticed that when I was a kid, her face. Yep, she flinches in that one. Also, Kane, you may have missed it, but do you know that the scene where Wang and Burton are almost ran over outside of the airport when they're in the parking lot tunnel, the park, whatever you call it, park, whatever, that was done in reverse. The actors actually did those scenes in reverse. The filming was not filmed in reverse, but the actors did the whole scene in reverse so they don't get hurt. Yeah, it was done for safety reasons for the Lords of Death. Yeah. I remember Kim Cattrall as the famous Lassie from Porky's. Right, feisty old grandma? We just had our conversation about Porky's. Porky's is a great film. Very, very funny film. So, for the film's many fight scenes, because there's numerous fight scenes in this film, John Carpenter worked with martial arts. With tiggle bitties. Spicy grandma, thank you for them tiggle bitties. I appreciate it. So Carpenter worked with martial arts choreographer James Liu, who planned every scene in detail. Carpenter stated, "I used every cheap gag, trampolines, wires, reverse movements, and upside down sets. It was much like photographing a dance." So you'll notice that there's a shit ton of fight scenes in here. Even right off in the beginning of the film, there's a fight scene. And in those scenes, trampolines, wires, reverse movements were all used in that. And he called them cheap gags. Yes, Kim Cattrall is Lassie. She's the one in the gym where she's having sex. You see her bare ass in there and she howls like a dog. That is actually Kim Cattrall's first movie debut. Yeah, that's Kim Cattrall's first movie debut. She's never done a movie before. She's done theater. She has been in theater for a very long time. Her first movie debut was Porky's, and she does play Lassie in Porky's. She's the one where the coach has sex with her in the upstairs of the gym, and she howls like a dog. That is her. You get to see her bare ass there. Happy Father's Day, Duggar, to you as well. Happy Father's Day to everybody. I hope you're having a good Sunday. It's funny you didn't know that was a very young Kim Cattrall. She's been in a lot of films, especially in her younger years. I love Kim Cattrall. I gotta get some more coffee up in here. All right. Now, has anybody here seen a movie called Used Cars? Kim's bare ass. Happy Father's Day indeed, right, Kane? I just hit 100.1. Nice, Taco Smurf. I know I got to do another community goal. I haven't thought of one yet. I think I'm going to do another cosplay for it. Has anybody here seen Used Cars 1980? If you did, in the scene where Kurt Russell is attempting to infiltrate the brothel, he is wearing the same outfit that he wore in Used Cars. That tacky old brown suit that he wears, that's the exact same outfit that he wore in Used Cars. He just finished making a simple Father's Day edit because I'm editor noob. No worries, Taco. You got to learn somewhere. Practice makes perfect, my friend. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so we're going to get on to the production designer, John Lloyd. He designed an elaborate underground set and recreated with Chinatown with tiggle bitties. Thank you, feisty grandma, with those tiggle bitties. That suit was stylish as fuck. Stop hating. That brown suit, yeah. So John Lloyd created the entire bitties. Oh my lord, Lament Butterfly, thank you for them tiggle bitties. I appreciate them tiggle bitties. Thank you. He recreated Chinatown with 3-story buildings, roads, streetlights, sewers, and so on. So the entire time that you see them walking through, or where the Pork Chop Express gets stuck, that is all made by John J. Lloyd. He created everything that you see. And then when they go down underground, he created that as well. It's a pretty big fucking set if you actually see the film. Henry Swanson knows how to party. There's not ties everywhere. I'm tripping all over them. Biddies. Biddies. I've infiltrated a brothel, but have not seen the movie. What? Yes, you have to see it. Definitely have to see it. Anyways, this was necessary for the staging of complicated special effects and kung fu fight sequences that would have been very hard to do on location. This forced the filmmaker to shoot the film in 15 weeks with a $25 million budget. Started off as a $20 million budget and then went up to $25 million budget. And they shot it in 15 weeks. 15 weeks. Now, the post-production, like I said earlier, was 4 months. Twitch is my only chance to have tiggle bitties, so I just take advantage of the opportunity to shake them. Thank you, Lament, and I appreciate that. You're here to learn, right, Ash? Fun fact, Jack Burton as Wang's bumbling... Yes, Kane, he was. I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but I went over that in the beginning and of how Jim Burton, believe it or not, was the sidekick of Wang, and Wang was actually the superhero. Oh, he was. Ash, darling, thank you for that host. I appreciate it. Now, we also, did you guys get to see in the beginning the 80s music video for the title song, Big Trouble Little China? Because that was written and sung by Nick Castle, John Carpenter, and Tommy Lee Wallace. Did you know that Nick Castle can fucking sing? Same thing. John Carpenter is the lead singer in there. Their band is called the Coupe de Villes. And these guys were back in the day from film school. So John pulled together Nick Castle and Tommy Lee Wallace. Serial killer. Thank you for that host. I appreciate it. Let's see what is my other. Oh, right there. I think we've done that one. John Carpenter is a musician. Yes, he is, Kane. Yes, he is. On my podcast, I did a biography on John Carpenter, where I went through his starting from when he started to where he is now. So there's a nice biography on him if you're interested. If you do exclamation point podcast, we'll bring my podcast up. Yeah, actually from film school serial. We watched the video. I'll put the video under the horror section in Discord if anybody else wants to check it out. It's hilarious to see. Now, right before the end credits, towards the end of the film, when Jack Burton is driving his truck and talking on the CB radio, he says, "You just listen to the old Pork Chop Express here now and take his advice on a dark and stormy night when the lightning's crashing and the thunder's rolling and the rain's coming down." That is paying homage to the names of the 3 storms, Lopan's bodyguards. So he is actually paying homage to them after defeating them earlier in the film. Did you ever do a segment on Prince of Darkness? Yes, actually, I did Prince of Darkness, In the Mouth of Madness, and The Thing. Kane, if you're interested in seeing any of those, you can do !YT. Will bring up my YouTube channel. What I normally do is after I do a coffee chat of horrors, I edit this to take out certain things because YouTube doesn't like it. And then I upload it to my YouTube channel for those who may miss any of my coffee chat of horrors. Christianity meets Lovecraft. Yep, the Thing, Prince of Darkness, and In the Mouth of Madness are John Carpenter's unofficial trilogy. Apocalypse, a trilogy. Hi, One-Armed Princess. How are you? How is your day going? By the way, Ra, you look beautiful as usual. I just want to say that. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. I do. And I hope you're having a good Sunday. But yes, that's a homage to the 3 storms. Also, The Bride of Lopan. Now, this is where a high definition copy of this film is going to pay off, because here's another piece that shows only in high definition. The brides of Lopan must have green eyes. Kim Cattrall and Susie Pye both have brown eyes. They wore green contacts for the movie. And this is very, very obvious in a high definition version. So if you have a high def television and you have the high definition Blu-ray of Big Trouble Little China, you can actually see the color of their eyes coming through the colored contacts. I was looking for it. I don't know if I follow yet. Oh, there's my YouTube channel. It's right there. I'm ReAnimateHer on everything. So if you want to check out my YouTube channel, I have a new series coming to YouTube. It's not quite ready yet, but once the overlays are done, I will introduce the new series. Not so good. My fiance left me last Monday and left me in debt, so really rough week. I'm sorry to hear that, One-Armed Princess. I am sorry to hear that. Can we send some love and juju to One-Armed Princess? ! JU in chat will give out good juju. And ! Love, LOVE, will send some love. I'm doing great. I just got done cooking. Ooh, what did you cook, Ashley? Now, in the last scene featuring the character Lightning, if you go watch this film, keep in mind on this one. In the last fighting scene that features the character Lightning, the last frame of lightning effect formed Chinese characters that say Carpenter. So if you're watching this again, be mindful of that scene and you'll see that it in Chinese characters says Carpenter. And he actually plays it in the video that we watched, the music video. It is the Chinese characters for Carpenter, just to pay homage to John Carpenter. Thank you very much for that love and good juju for One-Armed Princess. I appreciate it. Now, remember when I was telling you that the 3 storms were based off of 3 storms and Lopan were based off of partially Mortal Kombat and off of an actual game? So this is where the rivalry between the Chang Sing and the Wing Kong is a famous rivalry between the Hip Sing and the On Ling in the early 20th century in New York City. So basically the 3 storms are partially based on Raiden, and Lopan is partially based on Shang Tsung. But a lot of the characters' persona and how they represent themselves are also based on a true rivalry between Hip Sing and On Ling. Yeah. And Mortal Kombat came out in 91, but it was based on the video game, Kane. It was based on the video game Mortal Kombat, not the film. So they pulled some inspiration from Raiden. But the actual fight scenes, the Chinese mythology, that is all pulled from real life. I wanted to stop by and chat, but I didn't realize the time. No worries, One Arm. Have a good day. Have a good day. The game also came out years later. Yeah, DJ Joey Vogue, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. But that is what it's based on, is Raiden. There's also a game for Big Trouble Little China that came out in 1986. Lurk away, Hundar. Enjoy your lurk, hun. Kurt Russell lifted weights and took up running for 2 months before production began to prepare for his physical demands of principal photography. There's a lot of physical activity that all of the actors do in this film. And Kurt Russell was one of them who started lifting weights and joined in on running for 2 months before the principal photography was done. Also, the knives that are wielded by the Three Storms, the warriors, they're called the Thunder. They're called, the blades are soul returning blades.